Angelo. I'm here with Adam Papagan, public access TV star in Los Angeles, and tour guide, as you may have seen from the Hollywood Forever Cemetery video. So check that out if you're in LA. Memorialize your favorite celebrities at their graves. So I'm here with Adam, an LA native, and I'm a Virginia native.
Virginian.
Been homeless for 9 months too. And I was thinking today about all the surprises that LA had for me and continues to have for me as I'm here. So Adam, I thought I'd do a list of, I'll count it at the end. I actually lost track of how many things, but a list of things that surprised me about LA, things that I didn't know to expect. It might be about 13 things. I don't know. I kept adding stuff. So.
Well, I didn't expect it to be 13 things.
Did you expect more or less?
I guess maybe 10.
Okay.
But I'm fine with 13. I'm just saying you're subverting my expectations.
I see, yeah. So let's start with a few kind of simple ones, just day-to-day things, kind of routine. First of all, the grocery stores, different here. You know why? Are you aware of this? Okay, on the East Coast, we don't have Ralph's, or at least anywhere around the Eastern Seaboard I was on. And the places I had been, New York, Atlanta, never saw Ralph's. North Carolina, South Carolina, we have a bunch of stores. We have Giant, Safeway. Closest Safeway I could see around here was like 150 miles or something. We do have Costco, so those are around here.
Yeah.
We have Aldi. We just got some of those. That's real nice, really cheap. But around here, all I see is Ralph's and Costco. And then you got little independent stores. So that's something different. Also, it's pretty expensive out here, the groceries. I knew the gas would be expensive, separate number, but groceries are expensive. Your take on that?
Yeah, well, we actually do have Safeway here. It's called Vons. So for whatever reason, all across the country, as these supermarket chains that started regional, probably based on who their suppliers were and where the distributors went and stuff, it was based on that. As they become these national chains, they will usually keep the regional name just for brand recognition. So we have Vons here. It's Safeway. They have Safeway store brand stuff there, but it's called Vons here because Vons is an old Southern California chain. Ralph's is called Fred Meyer in the Pacific Northwest. I imagine they have other stores around the country. And then the national chains, your Costco's, Trader Joe's, they have, you know, kind of a more modern, built-out distribution system of how they do things.
Trader Joe's, we have.
Oh, you do? Yes. See, so that's one. That's a newer chain where they just are going to keep the name all over instead of trying to go into a new market and keep the old name.
You know what I noticed about Trader Joe's? They don't have social media. They don't do it.
They have a podcast that they do.
What?
Yeah. Trader Joe's is weird, but it's fun. It's like a party when you go in
Trader
there.
Joe's has a podcast, but they don't do social. Grocery store is a podcast. Okay, so that's one
Welcome
that
to
surprised
Hollywood.
me. I didn't know Vons was Safeway. I thought Vons was another name for Ralph's.
No, Vons and Ralph's are different, but Vons is also Albertsons.
So are you saying my Safeway gift card could work at a Vons around
I think
here?
so, yeah.
Oh, I got to try that out. I've been sitting on this thing. A fan sent me. Thank you. A fan from Japan sent me Safeway gift card, and I got to admit, I was a little pissed because I was like, oh, damn it, there's no Safeways
Vons.
around here. And they cut their groceries back. They're like, here, I don't need it as much as you. So I've been sitting on this thing for like 2.5 months now. Thank you for that. I'm not mad at the person. I was mad at the system. All right, so that's one down. A grocery store is different. Next one. Okay, I was talking about gas. Okay, I knew the gas prices would be high. What surprised me was the incredible variation in prices within a couple of miles of each other. The lowest you'll find gas that I've seen, maybe around $3.43 a gallon or so. That's still higher than anywhere around. Well, DC and Maryland it gets higher, but Virginia, a lot of it, you can get it for around, at least last time I was there, like maybe $2.80 a gallon, something like that, at the cheapest places. So it can go from about $3.50 a gallon here, and I've seen it as high as $5 a gallon or so. What's up with that? How does that differ so much?
Well, supply and demand. You know, you have a lot of drivers getting off the highway. It's going to be more expensive the closer to a highway. The gas station in Chinatown, crazy expensive because it's like the only gas station in downtown LA. So if you really need it, and you're over there. Also, California, we have higher emission standards, so they have to do extra refining on the gas or some technical thing, I don't know, but it makes it more expensive.
Wow. Hey, Huelhauser, he's the guy who would go touring, right?
Yeah.
I remember hearing like about him, and he'd go to like a tortilla plant or something. Like, wow, this is where you make the tortillas.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, you should check his show out. It's online.
Cool. Okay, number 3 we're getting to. This is the thing I've learned since being homeless. There are no food pantries around here. There are food banks. There's a difference. Food pantries, you go in, you sign up, they give you food free. A food bank, it's like the one we saw the other day. You buy it at a steep discount. Basically, you don't even buy it. It's called a donation. They just kind of figure, okay, you got this much, I'll charge you roughly this much. It's usually a great deal. Today, I probably got about $30 worth of groceries for $5.
Well, some of the food is expired and rotten.
A little bit, yeah.
One of those bars I popped into had a big thing of mold on it.
Yeah, well...
But, I got soda doesn't go bad. Altoids don't go bad. I'll go back to that place. Certain things that don't go... Tic Tacs for 15 cents or whatever they were. Tic Tacs are like $2 at the gas station.
No, I agree.
That's not going to go bad.
Yeah, I got a salad today. That was good. I got a little protein pack. They threw that in for free. The bad thing is it was sitting on ice, so the hard-boiled egg was frozen. So couldn't eat that. But yeah, no food banks that I've seen out here. I don't know what that is. Maybe there's a regulation that makes it really hard to operate. There are places that give out free meals, but you have to be there to get the meal delivered to you. That's the thing.
I bet there are programs around you could find. I don't know. That's never occurred to me.
The McDonald's around here, no power outlets.
They probably don't want you sitting there for a long time.
They don't want people sitting there. I know that because they started reducing that in Virginia because that was a great place to hang out. It was relaxed. It had just enough ambient music and noise where I could play the speakers on my laptop and it wouldn't bother anyone else, so it's not like the library. And I didn't have to hurt my ears with earmuffs or headphones. But yeah, around here I was like, oh, what the hell? I can't go to McDonald's. I go to Starbucks, but not every Starbucks has outlets around here either. That's a tricky thing. A lot of them very limited seating and stuff. It's tough. Once you find the good spots, you hang on to those good spots. Okay. We'll kick through a few quick ones. I'm not sure how much comment you have read, but one, I was surprised by how many mountains around here. Now, that's not surprising.
Well, that's just the geography.
But see, I didn't know. But see, to me, all I know is LA from movies. So I was like, oh, the mountains must be far away. You got to drive 5 hours there or something. And LA's all downtown or inner city or whatever.
You ever heard of a little place called Beverly Hills?
Yeah, but I didn't really know if that was just like a nickname or something. Like
it's right there in the name.
Like they have places called, Boca Raton. I don't know, whatever.
No, there is a red baton there.
Okay. Another thing that surprised me: helicopters. I think every single day I've heard helicopters multiple times fly overhead. It pisses me off to think that the cops are getting that much money to spend on helicopters. They could practically put all those helicopters' families through college with that money, and instead they're just surveilling everything. What are they doing? Are they always watching? There's always foot pursuits or something. They don't need
car chases. So here's the thing, Angelo. A lot of people, for you newcomers, in the 80s and 90s, especially the 90s when I was growing up, LA was a lot worse. There were shootings on the freeway. There were gangs everywhere. The riots were in '92. This was not a safe city. So, that's kind of the price you pay for law and order, is a helicopter going above your head. Apparently they are effective, and they are.
And what, scaring criminals? They look up like, run. It's a bird.
No, it's easy to catch them because they can see from above.
That is a lot, but how much it costs
to
run a helicopter an hour? Like $500.
Yeah, but you get these guys off the street, and then you don't have to deal with it anymore.
That's the vagaries of defining who you want off the street. And
people who break into cars and do shit like that.
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't want people breaking into cars on the street.
Yeah, again, I'm saying that our priorities are a little mixed up. We can, put people to school and get them jobs and housing.
But not with a helicopter. The helicopter is only good for stopping the Viennese and stuff.
The gym. What? Well, I'm moving on to the next topic. The gyms are packed. You could go 6 in the morning.
That surprises you?
They are packed. In Virginia, it's not like that at all. You go, it's dead. You could go at the biggest one in Northern Virginia, the biggest Planet Fitness, and it is dead at that time. It's dead at 8 in the morning, or maybe it's got a few people there.
Go check out the per capita rates of heart disease and diabetes and things like that in Virginia.
Talking trash about my state? Actually, I don't care. I didn't like it.
I believe you called Annandale a shithole.
Yeah. Well, but I wasn't I was of the shithole. nobody cared who I was
Uh-huh.
until I left the shithole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dump, but there's a lot of people. First of all, just a ton of people here, right? And there's a lot of models and actors. They
You want
have to
people-
maintain their looks.
When you look good, you feel good.
That's true. No, I don't judge. I don't put people down for it. Hey, I admire the person who's like just gotten into the gym and doing it and struggling with their looks. That's a great, if they want, as long as they want. I'm not saying people have to, but it was a surprise how packed it is. I was like, oh my god, what a headache. Not everyone. You go further out from the LA area, it gets a little slower. I was at one in Redondo Beach. It was like just a couple old people there. I was at Lakeview Terrace one sometimes, pretty quiet. But you go in West Hollywood and Burbank, they are packed.
Wait till January.
Yeah, it's true.
All the New Year's resolutions.
Okay, what have we got here? So something else LA has that I've never seen before in my life, 99-cents only stores.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know if they're across the country, anywhere else.
Southwest, California, Nevada, Arizona.
They're great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's like one or two items they don't have that Dollar Tree has.
Yeah.
Because that was where I would shop a lot in Annandale, especially when I lived there. In Virginia, Dollar Tree. Because everything is truly $1 there. 99-cent only store. Some things are $5.
Now they've had to with inflation and stuff.
But it's nice stuff. So I got 15-foot extension cables for like $2 each.
Yeah.
Home Depot, they're like $10. So, and they're not even as long.
You never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah, they got good stuff there.
And you know what I like about it too is you get $1's worth of vegetables, which is
Keep
enough.
talking, I'm
Which
gonna
is
get some
enough
water.
to eat for me. At Ralph's, it might be per ounce, might be a little cheaper, but the bag of kale is huge. I'm only one guy. I live by myself. I can only eat so many salads over the course of the day. But at the 99-cent store, you get $1's worth of lettuce. So it makes 2 salads. And you just throw like whatever else they have. And usually you'll find some fun junk food or candy bar they don't make anymore. Or you ever find like an Odwalla juice there or something like that?
No, I don't think I've seen
Yeah,
that.
every once in a while you'll get like a prepackaged drink, coffee drink, something that, on the outside costs a lot more.
I see. Well, I try to stay away from the sugary stuff. I'm not always great at it. I'm trying to lose weight. But I eat a lot of those protein bars. I'm sure they got a lot of synthetic crap in them. That's not good. But they're cheap at the food bank. So, it's like kind of a compromise. I'm like, I'm going to get those gains. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to get those gains. I'm just gaining fat. Okay, parking restrictions. Now, I knew in my mind, I've listened to a lot of old Loveline episodes. I love the old Loveline stuff because Adam Carolla was so funny and he would just scream about the parking here and towing, and he's had his car towed and how he was poor and lived here, all kinds of problems. So I knew it was restrictive. I've never seen 6 different restrictions all in one place, like Monday through Friday, 1 hour parking only, 8 a.m. to, or whatever, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. And then on top of that, you have no stopping, or 8 to 10, and then like 4 to 6. And then, then Saturday and Sunday, it's like, it's whatever, might be less restricted. Never seen that. And then even among that, you got to watch for the red paint, different places. So I've never seen it that restricted. In DC, it's pretty damn restricted because you got the, only, zone permitted parking in neighborhoods, and everyone's packed in, and it's a tiny little place, and like 1 million people commute there a day. Never seen it quite that restricted. I've never quite seen it as bad as, was it last night? Yeah, we were in kind of East LA. It was kind of like inner city. There was cool stuff there. I was on a film shoot. I swear I was just driving around, just hundreds of cars up and down the street, up and down the side streets. Eventually, I just lucked out that it was, first of all, it was Sunday. What day is today? Monday? So it was Sunday. I'm being accurate. And I was able to get a spot that every other day would have been 1 hour only, and the meter was off. And then I was able to find one little spot in a cul-de-sac next to someone's apartment. I was just hoping this was not somebody's favorite spot that I just took. Because we were shooting at a little restaurant on the side of a hill, just no parking, and I knew not to park in the parking lot there because we had a cast and crew. They needed to be able to park. I'm just a lowly production assistant, so parking very restricted, and that comes from a guy like DC. Again, very restricted. I was used to that, and I was used to the idea you got to go to garages And in DC, the garages fill up, but here it's like, I don't know how many, 10 times, like per capita, how many more people and cars there are, because there's also less public transportation here. But watch out for that when you're in Los Angeles. Do not park illegally. Walk to the end of the block when you park and check the signs. Don't just park and you say, oh, I don't see any signs. Walk a quarter mile if you have to and check the signs. I was lucky I didn't get ticketed once. I didn't notice a permit only after a certain time, whatever.
Yeah, it's revenue generating for the city. But you learn, as you go around, you learn the little areas and what time is good and what part of town. And I mean, I never pay for parking. I don't mind if I have to walk, half a mile or something. I mean, when I go to the Sunset Strip, I park at Beverly Hills and I just walk all the way to the Strip.
Oh, really?
12-minute walk.
Oh.
Versus $10 to park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then if you work at that, that's $10, even at minimum wage, what's minimum wage up to? $14 an hour?
I guess in California, I thought it's $15.
Let's just say 15.
In most of the federal minimum wage,
right.
$7.25 an hour.
Right.
That's a starvation wage.
Let's say it's 15, right? And it's $10 to park. That's 40 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Maybe if you make more money, whatever. But I'm a man of the people. I look at the minimum wage. 40 minutes versus a 12 minutes of walking.
I count my money in terms of eggs, how many eggs it can buy. So if I'm thinking I got a $4 little protein pack or something I could get, that's also the equivalent of like 18 eggs. So that's a lot of food right there. I can't cook anymore because,
Eat them raw.
Okay, here's another one surprised me. You think downtown, you think bustling streets,
Yeah, no, not here.
busy, like lots of people spilling out of bars, laughing, screaming, partying. I swear in Arlington you get that. Arlington's right next to Virginia. Arlington's kind of like it's a little suburb basically. And you go down the strip of bars at Clarendon and Courthouse and Roslyn neighborhoods, it is packed. Like cops have to corral people to keep them off the street trying to get cabs and yelling drunk. Here you go downtown, you might say 3 people walking down the street. That is eerie.
Yeah. Nothing's close together here. Everyone has to drive everywhere.
That's what
and
it is.
There's no central business district or city center.
There's no major like strips really so much.
They're all spread out and all basically the same.
So if you're going out here with friends or something, you got to know like you're going to that destination. You're not just going, hey, let's just meet up and we'll walk up and down the street and see what's there. It's basically you find exactly where you're going. And so it's tough when you live far away from where everyone's going.
Echo Park is a little concentration. West Hollywood is a little Hollywood Boulevard.
Sure.
But no, there's nothing going on downtown LA. I always tell people, I don't even, as a tour guide, I don't take people there if I can avoid it. There's no place to park, and there's nothing to see that you couldn't see in another city. Like, oh, here's a nice coffee place. Well, we got a million of those.
I swear, it's like at night, it's like an abandoned movie lot. It's like, is this all fake? Like nobody lives here? They just
Well, no, nobody lives downtown.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, some people do, but
well, it's commercial buildings.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's like offices,
Warehouses. Yeah.
Yeah. Not even retail. Okay. Next one. A lot of modded cars and like supercars here, and a lot of rich people's cars. Like, there's certain pockets of Virginia where you see a lot of rich people. You go Tyson's Corner, it's a rich area where they got a ton of government contractors and stuff. Even a lot of military people have like Porsches. They got around one block, they have like a Mercedes dealer, Jaguar, Aston Martin, Porsche. They have a Tesla store now. So you get like rich people there. Here, you see them all over in like BMWs I didn't know existed before. They look like Ferraris. The modded cars and everything. So people got money here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Good money, and it's a car culture. People judge you by what kind of car you drive and how many cars you have, and if your car's clean, and how new your car is, and mainly, people you meet on a personal level probably wouldn't judge too much, but definitely you would judge a stranger like a lot by what kind of car they drive. Also, it's an indication of how nice a neighborhood is. You might drive around a neighborhood and be like, God, this neighborhood kind of sucks, but then you look on the street and it's like, nicer cars. It's like, okay, this must have kind of been an expensive area. Or you might go to a neighborhood where there's like, houses and everywhere, but then it's all beat up cars on the street, and you're like, okay, this might be a rough area.
How old were you when you got your driver's license and your first car?
17.
See, okay, in a lot of the country, people are just waiting to get cars. They're like, oh, I'll take Uber, if you got public transportation. Me, I could walk everywhere. I didn't get a driver's license till I was like 22 or 23. didn't get a car until I was about that age. Yeah, it's car culture out here. Okay, we're narrowing down the list. Okay, here's another fun one. I have never seen in my life so many donut shops except in LA. In where I'm from, Northern Virginia, you have Dunkin' Donuts. Basically, you have that Krispy Kreme, Sugar Shack. I think that's just a few locations in that, maybe across the country. I don't know, but there was like 2 that I was aware of. Maybe Shake Shack or whatever. Like I don't know if they make donuts. Just a handful of places, and they're a couple, chains. Here they have 24-hour donut shops, and they're set up like across the street from each other practically. Like the way Starbucks is in a lot of the country, and definitely in Arlington. There's Starbucks sometimes across the street from each other. They have donut shops here. Why is that? Why are there so many donut shops in LA?
It's one of the regional cuisines of Southern California. Actually, Hill Hauser, who's on my shirt, had so many donut episodes that every year they do a donut week where he goes all the different donut related episodes he went to. It's inexpensive to make. If you're an immigrant and you don't know a lot, it's fried dough. It's pretty easy, and you can be open all night, all day long, morning to night. And even if the donut's only $1, you have nothing else to do. You're just sitting there. People could come in all the time. I believe a lot of the donut shops are owned by Laotians, people from Laos. And it was one of those things where a guy came over and cracked the formula, and then chain migration, other people were coming over, they needed work. And he's like, oh, just open a donut shop, like you'll do pretty well.
Okay. Let's shy away from that word, the migration thing, but I understand the thing you're talking about, the basic idea of, you set roots and then people are
that's why there's Chinese restaurants in every single city in the country.
I don't use that term.
It's because there were these professional organizations where you come over and they're like, all right, here are the recipes, here's how you make the stuff. I know this is not the Chinese food you have in China, it's General Tso's chicken and stuff, but here, go to this town, there's no Chinese restaurant there, people will love it, it's really good food. And then you go, and that's how there's Chinese food, all because it was an organized effort of the Tongs, the business associations, doling out the territories, and then now we have delicious Chinese food because of it.
And we should welcome people here.
Absolutely. I mean, you didn't even know about 24-hour donut shops. Aren't you glad they exist now?
Yeah, I mean, I like seeing them. That's the thing. I don't eat donuts if I can help it.
Yeah, so what do you care?
I'm not bothered by them. I'm just saying that, I'm surprised by them. I didn't know. And if you come here, know that they're here. Take advantage of them if you want. You don't have to eat what I eat. Okay, we're narrowing down the list. We got a major one here, but okay, bathrooms. Hard to access the bathroom. So many places they require you to go find an associate of the store and ask for the code or ask for the keys, or they got to press a button and unlock it for you. That's their policy. My policy is if you don't let me in, I'm just going where I am. I never follow through with that, so I'm violating my policy. But that's how I feel about it. It's a biological need. Screw you. I know ostensibly what the reason is. They think, homeless people are going to use the bathrooms, people are going to do drugs in there, scare off the customers. I don't care. If you're going to do that, if you're worried about that, invest in getting housing for homeless people. What do you think?
Every grocery store has a bathroom, every hotel has a bathroom. You're just looking in the wrong places. If you go into a Starbucks where every Tom, Dick, and Harry's like, oh, that's a good place to use a bathroom, then they're going to get tired of it. But if you go to a Target, Walmart, they'll have a bathroom right there in the front.
That's right, because they don't even have time to run back and forth to the bathrooms. Yeah. That's true, and I've been learning the good spots.
Beverly Hills Hotel, best bathroom in LA County. Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I do know certain spots I like to go to. Like I have my routine set up, so I usually go here. It's timed out. Like go number 1 here, number 2 there, whatever. You don't want it. Some places you don't want to go number 2. Believe me. Some places they're pretty good places to use.
Some places in the world though they poop in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Like any toilet is fine. That's something I got over.
Some are too dirty. I don't like to mess with that.
No such thing, man.
Some people are just animals, man.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Wads of toilet paper and just throw it on the ground. But some, there's a little trick to use them. There was one Target bathroom stall where the lock was broken, but I figured out a way to like take my belt off and loop it around where the lock would have been. So it's like I was the only person who knew how to use this. Now they fixed it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so now everybody can get in there. But I was like, if someone's in there, they're probably just going number one. So I can just wait a minute and they'll be right out. But so I would learn little tricks like that. And there's still one I know how to use well too that people don't know. I'm not giving away that secret.
Okay.
So you're not
Maybe on a future video.
hearing that from me. Maybe once I move out of the area. I don't know. Okay. I think last on the list. Okay, this is the big one. This what came as a big shock to me. I changed my address here. My address somehow notified the insurance company, my car insurance. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll update my car insurance. My car insurance must have went up about 3 times. It was shocking, and I managed to get it down and knock down everything I could to get it to just like twice as expensive as it used to be. So instead of $70 a month, I'm paying about $140 a month for car insurance. Man, that I wish I didn't do that. I thought, oh, I need a mailing address here. Oh, screw that, man. But yeah, so now my car insurance has gone way up. And that's just how it is in California, I guess. They don't tell you that. Plan on paying a ton more in car insurance. I'm paying like what a BMW or Tesla owner would pay in car insurance in Virginia.
Yeah, there's more drivers on the road, so it's riskier to be out there.
More accidents, you spend more time on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Makes sense, right?
Simple as that.
Plus,
yeah.
everything's more expensive here.
Simple math, yeah. Well, that's my list of things that surprised me that I didn't know about moving to Los Angeles. So if there are things you didn't know or you have questions for LA native or myself, leave them in the comments. Hey, you can donate, help pay my car insurance. The links are in the description. Check out Adam's tour guide business, Cool LA Tours. It's in the last video. We went to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And anyway, you got it. You got the list there. Subscribe for more.